Hello, everybody. We don't really have anybody on here right now, but I'm sure later on we will. Hey, could you turn those lights on for me too? Uh, Dina will be back with me here in just a minute. Maybe we will get a couple of people here. Wanted to talk about tonight is a little unwanted guest that we had in the RV for about 3 days, trying to get him out, and our cat. Uh, as you know, he jumps in and out the little, just like the screen door opening on our RV. Thank you, Dan. On the RV door when we got it open, and he decided to jump in through the door and with a chipmunk in his mouth. And so what we had was a chipmunk in the RV for about 2 nights and 3 days. We got uh, we could have got like a big mouse trap and put him out. Hello there, over the hill. I don't know if you want me to, John. If you want me, I'm not. I started to say your whole name, but I'm not going to do it, John. How you doing? I hope you're doing good. I know it's hot, hot, hot out in Vegas. Um, we are still in southern Wisconsin, trying to get our awning fixed on our RV. Um, but the cat decided to bring in a chipmunk, so I went and instead of getting a trap that would kill him, I went and bought a live trap at Marvin's up here, and I was going to try to catch this, not Marvin's, but Menards, and I was going to try to catch this little chipmunk and release him. Well, what happened was he went through the sides of the trap. It was too big. So what we had to do was I called a guy about because I didn't know where he was, if he's up in there in my dash or what. So I put down some sticky pads, which is they're pretty. Be honest with you, pretty inhumane. But what once I caught him, I had a guy tell me that take him outside and pour baby oil over the sticky pad, and it'll just release him. And it did. We just released him back into the wild, and hopefully the cat won't bring any more in, or a snake or something. But
My husband tells that story so sweet.
uh,
I say when that little critter went home covered in baby oil and told his mom and daddy that this he got stuck in this house with big people, creatures. He didn't know what they were. They fed him and got him a pretty house to live in, and he was planning on staying, and then this cat got caught on a sticky pad and it scared him so bad he got caught. Y'all, he was caught with his paws on one, and then he flipped and he got his back on another. So he was like a pancake between two
yeah,
sticky pads. And so we squirted him really good with baby oil. So he probably went back and said, I barely got away. This fixed to fry me.
and the cat got some that stuff on its foot, so we had to put baby oil on him.
He
But
didn't care.
he didn't care. But it's weird because that stuff really does take away that sticky. I mean, it just flat releases him.
It did. I was surprised.
And then I've had John. You can identify with this. We're all getting older,
John
and
may not appreciate that.
John's younger than me, so he can't.
Well, then he wouldn't appreciate it because then people think he's old like you.
No,
And
but
you're older than dirt.
I tripped on some wood on the side of the RV and fell. And
Carrying a battery
I
and
had a
something else.
battery in one hand, one of these on the hand battery, and then some stuff in the other hand. And fell. It hit my face, but I mainly bruised my ribs on my right side, right on my ribs. And I've done this before. I've actually cracked some ribs before. They're not fun, but it's been terrible sleeping.
Terrible.
Terrible sleeping. I guess I don't, John. I don't know about these Wednesdays. I'm trying to put in some live feeds because I'm trying to build my hours up. I've almost got enough people to have to be monetized, but I'm way down in my hours. And the only if you're gonna get a lot of hours on here, you're gonna have people watching for a considerable amount of time. I mean, 4,000 hours is a lot of time. I think we got 6 people watching right now, but not too many people are saying anything. Hey, Ann, how are you?
She said, "Baby oil, what?"
uh, First time here since was just listening, baby oil. Well, it's always you think about this. Um, a lot of times you may. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Uh, I've used rat traps in the past, and you always, but I never really liked using those sticky pads because they are inhumane. Anything. I mean, I don't like rats and mice, but anything that gets caught on them, it takes forever for them to die. And a lot of times you were actually, I would just kill them, especially if it were a rat or something, I'd kill them. But if it is like something like a chipmunk, which I don't, other than him being in my house and me not wanting him there, I really didn't have any bad feelings towards chipmunks.
I was gonna get a leash and a collar and put it on him.
He was
so
a little
cute.
fella too.
He was so
he
cute.
was just a little bitty fella. But can you send me one of those pictures? Because for whatever reason, I can't download the video. Red Jaguar 100 Travels. Okay. Do you have a channel too, Red Jaguar? Have to check him out. Can you send me a picture?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it logged in first. It won't let me. Hold on. It's being ugly.
It's being ugly. And we've been struggling. We've had the RV. We had to put the cat in a cat carrier today, and the dogs in the Jeep, and take the RV and put it in the Glowmaster. Hey, Oklahoma City, I heard it's very hot out there. Heard it's very, very hot. In fact, I got a friend that lives just outside Oklahoma City down there. Me and over the hill do. In fact, his name's Steve, and I know it is very, very hot. You're Anjay, you're a content creator too. What's the name of your channel? Is it Sunday Drives? Okay, great. Have to check that out too. You have a channel too, Red Jaguar. I have to check that out also. Um, oh yeah, about Red Bay. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to go back to Red Bay. We were going to have to go back to Red Bay for this problem we're having now. But if we go back to Red Bay, we have to pay for it, not our warranty company.
I'm trying to get those pictures up.
Let me tell you, it is tough I mean, we've had this channel for 2 years, and it is very, very tough to build subscribers with a, 1 second, with a travel channel, RV channel. It is very tough to do that. I don't know why, but I didn't get that, Dina. For some reason, it didn't come in. I got this. You sent me that. You didn't send or maybe it's coming. But
I'm trying to get live. Okay, let me.
Okay, Dana's gonna try to get on. It's very tough to get. Hold on, I'm gonna try to download y'all a picture of this. It's very tough. Let me get it. It's very tough to get a channel up and running and get 1,000 subscribers, and the biggest thing is 4,000 hours of watch time. It is very, very.
Okay, Red Jaguar says I did a blog called "Stuck in Tiffin Prison." Okay, but Globemaster, you asked, have y'all ever painted your cabinets in the RV? We were told
We
it can be
wanted
done.
to. We want to.
We want to. I want to make the inside of this RV to look like a country house with the wood walls and stuff like that. That's what I want. And I'm going to do the wood walls with wallpaper because I've got it that looks like the wooden walls. I just want it. He doesn't have to clean it, so he doesn't care. But I want to make the cabinets lighter. I want to put the wood wallpaper up that looks like the tongue and groove walls. So that's what I would like to do. We shall see.
I don't know why I cannot download these things.
All right, I got to go back and read.
Uh,
Anne's channel's only 3 months old. Hey, stick with it. Oklahoma City Globemaster, y'all are burning up. We just saw it on the news.
yeah, we watched. I just got my Starlink up and running. Yeah, we just arrived and got our campsite already out here, and for whatever reason, why am I not got that? Hold on a second. For whatever reason, yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I couldn't get it won't let me that video for some reason. It won't let me download it for some reason.
Okay, so I need to go look at what Stacy did. They remodeled their tiffin on You, Me, and RV.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it.
I watched theirs and I watched the paint. I think they paint the cabinets and it wasn't quite what they wanted, and they went back and changed their mind on it. Yeah, I think somebody let's jump more journey.
Yeah, they
Just had theirs done. They bought a new fifth wheel, and then they rented a small Class C and went out and saw the parts on the shoulder time. In other words, like right before summer gets here, like the times we saw it last time. You said I was in a hurry.
He was.
But anyway, they had somebody spray paint it and do all that kind of stuff. I think it would be great.
It'd be a job.
You might could cover everything and spray paint that.
I don't want.
I don't know if we do.
The cabinets. I don't know. I don't know if I've got it in me to do it or not. I want to do it.
Yeah, I think it would be a job for sure. I'm trying to see. Okay, here's a picture of our little friend. As soon as it downloads.
Hey, Mr. Charles, I'm glad you got the link.
Yeah,
he's on here.
Yeah, Miss Charles would like to see your cats.
Hey, is your son okay? And was it a brown recluse that bit him?
We had somebody that's talking to us. Let me show you our little friend that got in. If you can see this is a trap that I bought to trap him, but he just went right through the side and went in there and started eating the peanut butter and pumpkin seeds and everything. But you can see him. He's a little rascal.
I'm gonna make it a better picture.
He's a little rascal. But for whatever reason, I had a video of him running up and down, but for whatever reason, it will not download to my software. So
try this. This one's a little bit smaller. But
okay. Is that a video?
Yeah, it's a small
no,
one.
it's not. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm not, for whatever reason. I got it. I accepted it.
Yeah, this little critter's cute as he can be.
Yeah, they're cute,
I don't know what he looks like
but
covered.
They eat a lot of wires in your.
I don't know what he looks like covered in baby oil.
All right, let me see if I can get this one downloaded, and for whatever reason, it's not letting me do it.
Yeah, and I'm with you. They are so cute. I guess you could get one to be a pet. I don't
You
know.
don't want to have no chipmunk as a pet. That thing's, I bet you would get
Moses
into
did.
everything. Yeah, well, he's wanting to bring it in. I couldn't get the video to do it for some reason. It's not downloading. Um,
That's a close up.
Close up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Charles, he's having trouble figuring out how to type all that stuff to me. You just have to call me after we go off and tell me what happened to Chris.
Okay.
Mr. Charles used to come into our store every day and visit with us, and he would bring JoJo, who was his dog. They would come to the house and eat and everything, and we really miss Mr. Charles. Now that we don't have our store, we don't get to see him as much.
Got a bunch of cats.
Yeah. We helped him get one cat. That cat ran away. And
Another cat
came in, and he didn't know if it was a boy or girl, but less than a week later, he had 3 kittens. So he's got 4 cats.
In the house.
In the house. 4 cats in the house. We just wanted to get one. Should have gave him Moses. What were we thinking?
Moses is a
inside outside cat. He'd have been perfect with Mr. Charles.
I don't know.
Why didn't we think of that?
I didn't think about that.
Moses, you want to go live with Mr. Charles?
Moses he's chilling.
He is checked out.
Is he asleep?
Yeah, he's sound asleep.
Wow. He had a rough day. He had to be in a cage all day, and he did not appreciate it. So he's laying on the floor like a dog right now. What she's talking about putting on the walls is like a foam stick-on stuff, but it looks just like
very thin.
Looks like a board that looks like a shiplap.
But the foam would help with insulation too.
Yeah, I don't know if we need any more. That's that little booger that was in the house. Our close-up of him. I just showed him.
Look how cute that thing is.
Yeah, maybe.
So I have to tell y'all this. We met our daughter. They invited us to a beer garden. We don't drink beer, but we did have root beer. But they invited us to a.
I used to drink beer, but
it just smells like
medicine.
Armpits.
My doctor won't let me do it now.
It smells like armpits. Beer.
Oh,
it does to me.
Not.
Anyway, we went to a beer garden with our daughter and her friends, and the parents were invited. We met one of the girls' parents. She was telling us that night, which we never had this experience before, that her cat brought things in the house all the time, and they live in an RV also. So she said that one day she was outside and she didn't have her glasses on. I know about that. And she came in, and she's got dogs and cats. And she said there was a big pile in the living room or dining room. And she said, "Oh my gosh, those dogs did that?" Because she was thinking it was a pile of poop. She said she got closer and looked down at it, and it was a snake curled up.
And the snake's head goes up.
Yeah. And the cat reached over and popped the snake on the head.
And got the head back down.
But
this is our cat right now. He's sacked out. Had a rough day.
He had a very rough day. But anyway, she said their cat had brought in chipmunks, it had brought in rats, it had brought in several snakes, always non-poisonous.
I do not do snakes. I do not do snakes.
Y'all are quiet tonight.
Yeah, we had
so we're at a different place now. We've been at Joe's for about 3 months because we're waiting on our RV to be fixed and the car to be fixed. And so, but we are I
don't know, we talked about this the other night about 1,000 Trails. We joined 1,000 Trails. I am kind of regretting it because of the quality of the parks that 1,000 Trails has. I'm regretting it, but Dina's not regretting it yet. She said still, but I'm gonna do a review on this park.
This is not
probably Sunday. We've been to 2 or 3.
Okay, but we went by one. We didn't stay. We've been to 2. Okay, we haven't gone out west where there's a bunch. We haven't gone up to the New England area and all where there's a lot.
We do have one. We've got reservations in Maine in October, um, but yeah, I read January. Yeah, maybe, uh, but um, we just they're not what I would call just like this park. They're real nice people here. They're mostly all the motorhomes and everything all around it are they're permanent. They're here. It's a big lake out there, and apparently on weekends it probably is going to be very busy. But
they've got probably about 30, 40 sites
no,
for
it's
just.
not that many.
Yeah,
Probably
we're at
about
37, 39.
maybe,
Yeah.
but what they are, they're not concrete pads. They're just gravel. They uh, they have a long pipe up with to hook up your water. They do have sewer, and they have 50 amp, 30 amp, that. So, but, and, you think, well, it's free, but it's not really because you pay several $1,000s to join and
Well, it's free now because we already paid.
500 and something a year. So, the way I got it figured out, I might have to stay 400 nights,
440 nights.
440 nights to pay for uh, it. So we'll see. But a lot of people have success with selling theirs if they don't like it, because a lot of people want to join. You talking about the KYD? I did watch that. In fact, we had we went to a meetup with them a couple of weeks back, uh, where they had some training and stuff. But they put the Bluebird in their Bluebird in the Elkhart, Indiana, at the Hall of Fame or museum up there. And we did a video on that museum. We went up there about
It was a
last year.
Harvest Host.
Yeah, it is a Harvest Host. Went up there last year. It was cool. It was nice out. And the night we stayed there, they probably had 4 or 5 RVs in the parking lot with us. In fact, it had one of these overland things. They were from England, I think, and a couple of young kids in it, and it parked out right beside us. But the museum's great. You ought to go if you're up in the area. They've got RVs all the way back to in the 20s.
They were really something.
And you can walk in most of them, and they've got like a rope across will let you lay down on the bed or anything, or get in the driver's seat of some of them.
Can't
But
use the bathroom.
no, they got those secured down. But it was good, and that will be good, as they call it, the bird. That would be good to be up there. I'm glad that they're got the opportunity to put theirs inside that
Wonder how long is it going to be there
thing.
for? How long?
I don't know.
Because I would like to go see that.
Well, we could go on the way back down. It's not that far. It's about 50 miles, 60 miles from here, probably.
Yeah, didn't we do that? Didn't we go by there on the way down or up because it was a Harvest Host?
We stayed there on the way up.
Okay.
Yeah, we stayed up on our way up to Michigan.
Okay. Well, we need to do that.
Yeah, we could. It's a great Harvest Host. I mean, you stay in the parking lot. I think they charge about $8 to get in. If you're a senior citizen, they knock it down, but still, it's well worth it. There's probably, I want to say, a couple of hundred RVs in there. They had one RV in there that was it was one they took to all the football games, and I don't remember now what team it was. It was
Clemson?
It was a pro team, but they had.
Was it Packers?
No, it wasn't the Packers. They had every. It was a pretty good. It was neat. It was just neat to see.
I can't remember which team that was, but boy, it was decked. I think it was
Decked out.
PAX.
No, it wasn't PAX. I'm telling you, it wasn't that.
Okay,
I'll have to go back. We did take some video of it, I believe.
that's true.
Uh, Lake Superior, how you doing? Um, Not knocking TT is
Thousand
some
Trails.
Thousand Trails. Some of us have been to 5
Um,
of them and haven't.
I don't know if there were any
charged
Tiffins
the
in there or
money
not.
due to park conditions. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you
Hey,
the park
oh,
conditions.
Michelle, sorry.
The park conditions on the. I mean, like the park we're in now. It's a good looking. I mean, you the only
Nice
thing
pool.
it's not. They got a real nice pool. They're right there on the lake.
Fire pit at every campground.
Yeah, I mean, far as that goes, they don't have the concrete pad like a lot of people like
We're
to have.
roughing it. We're not
And-
glamping. Oh
and-
my goodness.
And it is quiet here. There, and it's kind of out in the sticks.
It is out in the sticks.
It's like out in the cornfields.
But it's pretty.
It is, but I'm just interested in what the weekend's going to hold, because I have a feeling that the weekends could be kind of rowdy out here because there's houses all around the lakes, and I bet you, well, most of the RVs in this area there are.
He has a hard time with loud children and loud
Well,
people.
it's just not that.
Even with his hearing.
It's
Cover
just
your ear.
no. I mean, I don't know.
Was there any Tiffins in the museum?
I think there wasn't like any modern Tiffins.
No. I don't remember if there was.
Like they had.
Hey, there was some old ones though.
Yeah, they had some old. I mean, like in the 20s, where they started out using them for RVs, where they used a chair to drive it.
Remember what
the old Shasta type pull behind. Most of them were pull behind.
One of them, the guy wanted his family to go with him where he made deliveries, and that's where he made the first RV.
And then they had some kind of neat, like, if I remember right, they had like maybe some homemade stuff too. So it was very interesting.
It's very interesting. If you own an RV or think about owning one, hey, check those out.
Yeah. See.
Like Spears said, she used to bring earplugs when going camping. I got a sound machine that I turn on, and even the dogs don't hear anything and bark.
Well, I didn't see any dog park, of course.
Well, I got. I found my.
Did you get that thing out of the car for them? Scooper?
Yeah.
And you put bag?
Yep.
Oh, great.
Okay, so this campground.
She's got the little official brochure.
It's nice. They had it waiting on us with the site that we would be sitting in. And it's a large campground.
It is large, very large. Most of those are permanent.
And it has the cabins. So, like, if our children wanted to join us, they could stay in a cabin.
Yeah. Only thing, it shows a huge amount of place. And I think what they've done here is most of the park is private. In other words, you can stay here, but it's like $50 a night. And they'll put you in the woods. They'll put you on the lake over there. It's more nicer place. The Thousand Trails section is just, they're dirt. They're full. They're not exactly level in every spot. There's a Tiffin up above us here on the hill that I noticed he put about 10 blocks under his back jacks. So, some of them are not level.
They've got 44 sites here for us.
For us.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. They play horseshoe. You can play ball. There's a tree line. Recreational pavilion.
I mean,
Pool.
yeah, the actual campground.
There ain't a doggy place, so you're right.
No, the actual campground is huge. I mean, but it's all
In Wisconsin.
yeah, it's in Elk. What do they call it? Well, they call it Black Hawk Campground, but it's near Milton.
And if you look on the map, look on Google Map, Milton is in the middle of nowhere, or it looks like it from us.
Yeah. It says it's got a dog park though. See, it's got a dog park right down here. Where is the dog park?
Where?
It says dog park.
Okay, well, we'll have to look.
I don't think you'll let my dog go on the lake though, and plus it's got algae in there, so I'm scared of this algae. I don't know if y'all have heard this, but the certain type of algae in water kill your dog. And I know two people that had their dogs had to like rush them to the hospital because they didn't make it. 10 blocks couldn't go there. Oh, yeah, that's true. We got the leveling we got is, this hydraulic leveling or whatever, but we can put blocks.
But this one was level.
Ours was fairly level.
Yeah.
But the one up there, he had those yellow blocks you buy at the RV store, and he had them stacked up high. Might not quite been 10, but it was up there. I'm trying to find the doggy park.
That fish story?
No, it's not a fish story.
Here, I'll look.
Where's the doggy park? That's aggravating me now. But it is in Wisconsin. It's in the.
That's right here, by the recreational pavilion.
I don't see where it would be.
We're right here. You go right there.
That's too far.
Okay.
But they do have some. They have some restaurants and grocery store and stuff like that. Fairly close.
Yeah, they got 2 convenient locations of the Pig.
Yeah, the Pig is Piggly Wiggly.
A&W Root Beer Place.
Yeah, they got it. Dairy Queen and veterinarian, stuff like that. So
I want to know if they got putt-putt. I want to go play putt-putt. I want to whoop
how's
you
the
again.
fuel price there?
A little over.
If you got the two things that we brought up before, if you've got what they call Mudflap, it's an app that you can buy your diesel cheaper, and it doesn't cost you anything. What you do is you get Mudflap. It's an app on your phone, and it tells what the price of the diesel is at the stations that are available and what your discount price is. And they're normally, and I saw some today using Mudflap app, they were running at $4.70. One of them was $4.50. So they are getting below that, $5. And
so somebody says, I think air leveling systems can't manage uneven lots as much as Jack's can. Would you agree?
Well, what we have on ours is they're hydraulic. They got the springs down the side, but they're actually hydraulic. But I'll agree that
we've been on a couple of places where we had to move the RV because we couldn't get it out.
Right now what we do is I'll put it. They'll let the air out, and the RV will go down about 8 inches, 9 inches, and then it'll start leveling. And when it gets level, I get 4 red lights on my pad.
You know what you didn't
That's
do?
it.
You didn't let me put the tire covers on.
Well, you just flunked your job, didn't you? You can do it still.
It's not as easy.
I know it's not as easy. And the problem is, I told John at the first of this when he was in here that I I had an old man moment about 3 days ago. I was out trying to do some stuff, had a battery in one hand, a car battery, carrying it, and a bunch of stuff in the other, and I tripped over a piece of firewood and fell and hit on my face and scratched the skin off my arm. You can see a little bit of that down there. And I bruised my ribs on my right side, right lower ribs. And I'm telling you what, it has worked on me bad.
We do,
Hard to sleep and everything.
Globe Master. We do have a Facebook page.
We have a Facebook page, but we the type of setup. I'm not satisfied with it right now. I'm redoing. We're trying to redo that. We're not. You don't. It's just you can like our page. It doesn't allow you to be like a friend of the page. But
Really?
yeah, I just got to say where you like it. Had to do that because at first I started just going ahead and just everybody that came in, I said, okay, be a friend of the page. Or what happens when you do that is, and you need to watch that if you're setting up a Facebook page, is people can go on there and they can actually post advertisements.
That's what's on here right now.
Yeah, some that may have some
Road trippers.
yeah, and I don't mind if you've got a page there, you want to say, hey, check out my page or whatever. Hey, I don't mind at all doing that. But when somebody's going in there trying to sell stuff that I don't know anything about, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll go in and put block that, because it's not because it's trying to be ugly. It's just, if somebody goes on there and says, hey, you need to buy this, and it turns out to be a ripoff, then they're going to blame me. They're not going to blame him. So that's what I do. But yeah, John, I agree. It is tough. It's like I was telling John earlier, had a friend say on Facebook, it's not about getting old. He just believes gravity's getting stronger. but but yeah, it seems like I've fallen. Of course, you ever ask, you go to the doctor when you get older, your doctor will ask you, do you ever fall a lot? And I say, well, when I when I trip over stuff, I fall. I don't know what.
Somebody asked about diesel prices. They're about $5 here.
Well, you get a 450 for with those apps.
We saw it for $4.69 somewhere. We got regular fuel the other day for $3.83 a gallon.
Yeah, and you would get excited about that,
and that makes you mad.
It makes you mad because we were at 2 something before in a couple years ago. But yeah, we do have a Facebook page. We actually the pages that we really are doing more on right now is Instagram, of course YouTube,
TikTok.
and we're doing TikTok a little bit. Of course, um, TikTok's primarily you got to put these songs on there that are the ones I'm trying to tell Dana. You got to put some of these songs and modern songs on there and stuff so people want to listen.
I like the Patsy Cline stuff.
But trying to get like your Instagram caught up and just being on YouTube. I mean, you think about it, doing 2 nights a week on YouTube for this channel. And a lot of channels out there they're running, they've got 6 or 7 weeks in the can or already set and ready to go. So you don't feel rushed. But right now we're actually running about real time. We were running about, at one time I was running 3-4 weeks ahead so I could actually get a little bit of a rest, but we're running about real time now. So like I'll do one for Sunday, probably a review on this campground here, and maybe our getting our awning fixed Odyssey, and working with
The people are really nice we're
Yeah,
working with.
and we are, and also trying to work through the warranty company
And we'll
too.
let you know how that warranty company
Yeah,
works because we've got American warranty.
yeah, and we'll give you our experience with
Honest.
that, and we could tell you exactly. I mean, they were the cheaper warranty out there,
Well,
but the way every warranty company does, it makes it tough on all of us. Is what they'll do is they'll say, bring your RV into a service center. Let the service center look at what's wrong. Then you got to call us at the warranty company, the service center does, and they've got to talk to the actual tech that's working on it. And he's got to tell them exactly what's going to be done. And then they'll take it back to their one, two, three people or whoever does anything, and they'll decide if it's covered. So, that
or how much
and
though?
how much they'll cover. But we had, before we had wholesale warranty, and
It
only
was with Continental.
hmm,
It was with Continental or
yeah, but it's through wholesale warranty.
yeah.
But what it was, they were very good. They
They
paid all the time,
yes.
and they paid a lot out for that other RV we had. But it was the same thing we had to do with them, and they were quite a bit higher when they quoted our current thing. They were going to charge me $8,000, and I think I paid a little over four for this one.
Globemaster
But
says y'all ever do meet and greets? We fans of your channel. We could do a meet and greet, but it might be just you and us.
yeah. Yeah, we haven't done anything like that. Yeah, we don't really feel
If you
big
tell
enough
us
right
where
now.
you're, if you tell us
We
where
we
you're
don't mind.
at,
I tell you, we don't mind if we're in your area to call you
yeah.
and you come have supper with us. We'll even buy. So,
Or we
long
could,
as we're not, it's like for 100 people.
wait
Hey.
a minute. Okay, stop. He didn't mean that, y'all. He did not mean that. If we have a meet and greet, it'll be an old fashioned Baptist dinner where everybody brings something and we eat.
No, I'm saying if we went through somewhere where somebody
Yeah, I
lives,
know.
and
Then,
um,
hey, yeah, we could meet you out or we could meet you here.
yeah. Um,
We're
but
supposed to go by and see Julie and Doc in
yeah, we
Idaho.
were gonna do that. But I tell you, we had this big trip planned to follow the Oregon Trail, and we were gonna get on it and go out and hit the history basically of the Oregon Trail as much as possible, and go all the way to the Oregon coast. And then diesel went crazy,
Well, not only
and
that,
we were kind of like, $6-7 a gallon for diesel.
well, wait a minute. The diesel was a problem, but you know the Bible says that many are man's plans, but God directs his steps.
Mm.
So I have to believe that there's a reason why we didn't go this year. That maybe we can go next year. So we should say, which James says,
Mm-hmm.
if the Lord will,
Yeah.
we'll do
Yeah,
this.
Glowmaster, we may do that when we get out to Oklahoma City. We actually have, I have one of my best friends, and over the hills, a good friends with him also, that lives just outside Oklahoma City. His son used to work for the church,
Life Church.
yeah, Life Church in Oklahoma City, and he's a computer geek, and but my friend worked. He's retired, also a police officer, and he was actually worked with me when I was in uniform, and then when I became over narcotics, eventually he came over there and was my boss over narcotics, but.
He's in Norman, Oklahoma, isn't he?
Well, Norman, he was in
He
Norman.
was
I'm
in
not
Norman.
exactly sure exactly where he's at. He's close to Oklahoma
Yeah.
City though, and I would love to go to Oklahoma City. One, I want to see the Oklahoma City bombing memorial.
Hey, and you know, if we
Oh
came, you
wow,
might could show us
well,
around
awesome.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
I mean, because
absolutely.
we've never been to Oklahoma. Well, we drove through one time.
Go through the side of Oklahoma.
Remember, I still can't remember what they say about the wind blows out of Texas in Oklahoma. I don't know. There was something somebody said about Oklahoma blowing winds and stuff. Anyway, we
I
got
don't
out of
know.
Oklahoma really quick because there was storms
There
coming.
was tornadoes and everything. We stopped in Oklahoma at a RV park just for the night, and right beside my RV was a storm cellar, and it actually was. They had a siren warning that night when we were out there, but it didn't do any close to us. Yeah, that sounds great. The Cattleman Steakhouse. I don't think I've ever been there before, for sure. Um, but John, if you're still with me, what's the temperature in Vegas now?
I bet it's 107.
Where's our little dog's got kennel cough?
No, she doesn't. She's got backward sneezing.
Well, the vet says backward sneezing. I know that.
Y'all ain't talking now.
I hope we're still there. We may not
Siri,
be.
what's the weather in Las Vegas, Nevada?
It's currently clear and 109 degrees in Las Vegas,
Whoa.
Nevada.
Oh my goodness!
And it's probably 6 or 7 o'clock. Oh my
well, they're
gosh!
an hour, 2 hours behind us. Maybe.
Oh my gosh! Joe's out there. It's hot.
Yeah, we have a friend that we mooch stock a lot at his house when we're up in middle of Wisconsin, and he's like a son to us actually, and he owns about 5 or 6 Napa stores and four Napa stores, and he's out doing some type of meeting in Vegas this week. So I imagine imagine it was hot. You imagine I could stay if you stayed inside all the time, it wouldn't be bad, but man.
No, this weather going on right now. All right. Well,
what kind of animals have your couple of you said your animals, cats and stuff have brought stuff in the house? What kind of stuff they brought in? Because this little guy, somebody said that. Maybe it was in the narrative of my other stuff. I don't know. 109 right now, going to 117 on Friday.
Oh my gosh.
Hope you're going to be inside, John. That's
John,
crazy.
what time is it there right now?
Yeah, what's your time zone y'all are in? Mountain, is it?
Because the sun's probably set there, maybe.
109.
Oh, 117 Friday. Y'all, I hope all of y'all stay well and do not get heat stroke.
I've had similar to that one time. It was that way, and it was no fun. You can die from that stuff. I think our cat wants out again. Our cat doesn't know what to think. He goes out. We talked about this before. He goes out and in if we're at a campground, but he doesn't go anywhere. He usually goes right up under the RV and just stays there. But he really doesn't know how to act at where we're at right now. And he's actually came outside, came in, out. He's in and out type thing. But he normally just stays right up under the RV. He'll get kind of on the side. Pacific time, 6:48. Wow.
So it should be cooling down, but gosh, 109.
117 though. That's.
You living on the sun.
Yeah, I thought Alabama was bad. I know it's been crazy.
Well, 8:49.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I'm gonna do when we get off here. I'm gonna check out y'all's channels, write them down here, and check them out.
Hey, did they give us a link to them?
No, I
wonder
guess
where Beach Bum is.
I don't know. Sunday drives. Write that down though. Go over.
Sunday drives.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
And Red Jaguar 100 travels.
All right, hang on.
You ain't fast enough. I just take a picture of the
I got it.
page
Sunday drives.
and Red Jaguar 100
Okay,
Travels.
They've got. Is it a blue car? Is it a blue car? Hey, inside voice. No, Maggie.
Maggie.
Inside.
But it's a dry heat. Yeah. Yeah. It's like being in a sauna. You know, one of those. I'm not talking about a wet sauna. I'm talking about one of those dry saunas. They're dry heat.
Okay.
Still hot.
Who does driving
Um,
Sunday drives? Ask him if it's a blue car. I don't want to.
that's Ann J.
Ann, is it a blue car? Sunday drives. Mm-hmm. Oh, great muffins. Okay. And what was the other one?
Let's just see here. I copied them. Red Jaguar. So I think they said they had a channel. Red Jaguar 100 Travels.
My legs are doing that again.
She's got that restless leg thing going on.
$100 Travels?
Yeah.
Okay. Maggie, inside voice.
Maggie. Is there something out there she didn't like?
People going by.
Walking.
Okay, all right, I got that.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Wait a minute. We are Herbie and Mary. Oh,
Okay.
that's our police officer buddy.
Let's see.
I didn't realize. Remember?
No, that's not the same one.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
No, he looks like
Mm-mm.
with the hat and all. That's what made me think it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Okay, I thought it was the one because he wears a hat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Subscribed. All right, we have subscribed to your channel and also hit.
and I'll tell you
I want
this:
to go
it's
back
not.
and look at them.
We don't do that. What you subscribe to ours, we'll subscribe to yours. Don't ever do that because we only subscribe to the ones we want to personally. Because if YouTube catches you doing that kind of stuff, you know, sub for sub, you'll lose your channel. You absolutely lose.
Well, I want
Lose your
to.
channel.
They're
But
on here
yeah,
talking
oh yeah,
to
I know
us.
it.
I'm gonna
I know
definitely
it.
do it.
But just don't ever say you sub for me, I'll sub for you. You know, because they will absolutely kick you off your channel. You will lose.
Okay, I don't think this one Sunday drives is it because it's about Escalades and stuff like that.
Well, maybe everybody's got Escalades.
Hacking the Lamborghini. 2022 Lamborghini. I don't think so. Maybe it's spelled a different way.
So, Red Jaguar, are y'all full time?
I think they are. They look like they are.
How many of y'all are full time on here? Or how many of you part time, but you RV when you can? I'm telling you, I wish we would have had the time. As John can attest, me and John worked as law enforcement together, and then John went to over the hill. He went to, and I'm sure you don't mind me saying it, he went to federal law enforcement, but you know, I don't think
Maggie, stop.
I worked. I never had a weekend off until I retired.
Come here. No.
Maggie.
It's a dog. No.
Maggie.
You cannot go play. No. Maggie. Inside. Where's your inside? Stop it. Look at me. Back up. Inside. Look inside.
I never had a weekend off where I could go out and RV or do anything till I retired, and that's the honest to God's truth.
My phone just asked me if I had fallen. I need help. Look.
Your phone says, "Do you need help? Have you fallen?"
Yeah, I have.
I need one of those.
Maggie,
I had never had a weekend off or anything because of the way I did it. How did it come up with the name? You know, we were me and her were actually thinking about it. We had several. I also glad you're back. I was wanting to know if you were full time, Red Jaguar.
And we subscribe to your channel. I'm excited to see your videos.
Yeah. Uh,
Sunday trips.
the 1 million mile road trip. I don't know. I guess it was just like, how long do you want to stay out on the road? And then it was like until they, basically,
1,000,000 miles.
or until we just
Drive it off a cliff.
that we get too old, we can't get up and down the stairs. But
Tell them the story about our inspiration. The couple in Indianapolis.
Well, I will. I'll tell you. But let me. Another name that I thought about doing was call it the Rolling Rest Home, but I probably thought, well, nobody will surely want that. Or there was a couple of other little names I thought of, but we just kind of went with that. But what she's talking about, the first time we RV'd for full time back in 2010, we went out on the road and went all out west, had a great time, but we went crazy and got back off the road for about 4 years. But we were parked behind a Cracker Barrel. We're fixing to go in and go eat breakfast, dinner or whatever. And we had the dogs out doing their job. And this Prevost bus pulls up, very, very expensive bus pulls up ahead of us. And this gentleman gets out and he's got some little gold chain shirt up here, and he's older. He's a lot older than me. I think I was around, that was probably about 56, 57. And he was a lot older than me, and we got to talking, and he told me he bought that bus 9 years ago for $1.5 million. Said that, and just talking to him, I felt he was quite a bit older than me, and I asked him, I said, I hope that's not offending you, but can I ask you how old you are? Now, he told me he'd been on the road about 15 years. And he said, well, I'm 93.
I thought it was 92. Something like that.
Yeah, 92, 93. And he said, but I'm married to a younger woman. She's 87. And they were out on the road. He's driving that big bus. So
pulling a huge truck behind it.
A trailer, like a closed-in trailer.
I thought it was a pretty red truck.
I don't know. It's been a long time ago.
It has been a long time. You can't remember.
You don't remember.
You can't remember. But anyway, I told my husband, I said, this man is driving in Indianapolis, Indiana, rush hour traffic at 92 or 93 years old. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but hey,
said he's gonna do it till he couldn't do it no more.
Yeah, I'll tell you a little story too. And I've told this once before, but and it kind of happened again the other night. As most of you know that've been with us on the channel, we have
Maggie.
We have two adopted children. Our daughter is full-blooded Korean. She adopted her from South Korea when she's 7 months old, and my son is American. And my daughter and me like to go to concerts all the time together. We go to concerts a lot. And she just took me to Rod Stewart up in Milwaukee about 3 weeks ago. About killed me walking that thing. We walked about 3 or 4 miles, and it was just a long night. Great concert. But we were in Birmingham, and we were seeing the Eagles. It was several years back. And I told her, I said, now, she's very, very attractive girl, and she's and we were in line. I said, "Now I want you to call me daddy when we're in line out here, because I don't want none of these old guys looking at me and saying, 'Look at that guy, old man with that young girl.'" But she just thought it was the funniest thing. Um, no, I was asking you, Red Jaguar. I was asking you, are you full time? So not full time yet. Been RVing since 2007 on 3 motorhomes. Our Tiffin we purchased 2020. I'm just retired from law enforcement after 34 years. Well, we are brothers in that aspect. That's great. Where did you retire from? You're thinking about the other couple from San Diego didn't drive the Airstream. Okay. What state, or was it a local, like a city law enforcement? Or I had 33 years, and John, I don't know how many that over the hill there, how many years total he had. And a 2020 Tiffin. Have you had any things that you had to go back and take it to Red Bay and get little kinks worked out on it? Because I've heard a lot of people say.
But 2020 would have been before.
Yeah, 2020 was one of the good years. 21, I think is they've been having a lot of problems with one of them. 21, I think, because of COVID.
21 and 22 for sure.
They said around that time it was because they laid off a lot of their good people because of COVID, and what I don't know if it just they didn't have as quality as
y'all excuse me just a minute.
the other. Philadelphia Lieutenant. Wow, awesome. Part of a federal task force. That's awesome. I know you saw a lot more than we did. I worked in started out in a larger department, about nothing besides Philly, like 350 officers, and then worked mostly in narcotics and vice, and then went down to a smaller department that me and Over the Hill worked in for a while. That was about a 50-man department, but I worked mostly in narcotics. Worked patrol, and then I went to narcotics, but then I actually got fortunate enough to be in charge of narcotics for a while. But the town, we had 300,000 people on the weekends for concerts and all kinds of stuff, and then people going to the beach and doing that sort of thing. But I got to work a lot with U.S. Marshals and also the Blue Lightning Task Force down there. So it was like U.S. Customs. And John actually, Over the Hill, he was a canine officer for, I think, in U.S. Customs. But so it's a vast amount of law, and there's a lot of law enforcement that are traveling on RVs and stuff like that.
It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, and be sure if you see me out, we see each other out on the road, you get up with me, because there's a lot, place. Yeah, absolutely. But when do you think y'all will go full time, or is it something you're thinking about, or are you just traveling a lot, right now?
You can't have this.
What is that?
I'm making homemade ice cream.
Homemade ice cream?
Mm-hmm. Homemade vanilla ice cream.
Okay. You saw that on YouTube, didn't you?
Mm-mm. TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. Oh, great. Lord help me.
Hey, you the one that wanted ice cream. This is fat free just about, because it's heavy whipping cream. Ooh, and it's cold.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Glove Master, you didn't you say you used to fly? Glove Master, is that where you got your name? I remember you talking about that one time with us.
I'm sorry.
Wouldn't the Glove Master say he used to fly those or work on
Yeah.
them or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a friend, Mr. Charles, that's on here. He was on here a few minutes ago. He worked on the C-130s, the big tankers planes.
Hey, listen. We'll be praying that your house sells because ours sold within a week. We just put it out there for sale by owner, and the guy didn't even bargain with us. He just came in and just said, "I'll take it."
Yeah. Well,
So
thank you for your service, Glove Master. Absolutely, man. Thank you for your service. I actually met a guy, Vietnam vet, today when I was standing in line. We talked about that. There's not too many of those guys out there still either. You know, it's like my dad was in World War II, but there's surely not that many people in World War II veterans left. Was a crew chief on the heavies, C-17 and
I
C-5.
bet if Mr. Charles on here, he would know
Well,
all about
yeah.
that.
Mr. Charles worked in the civilian portion, but he worked all on these Air Force tankers, and he actually got to fly with them and fly some with them when they were refueling and stuff. And
Well, when they
he's
were
told
complaining
me-
about hearing a sound or
yeah, he'd
something
say-
wrong, he'd say,
yeah,
"Well,
he'd say,
take me
well,
up."
take me up in it and let's see, you know. But
And his son does that now, Alan.
yeah, it's worse than that. I think it's a plant out of Georgia that does that over there. You know, the interesting thing, our narcotics officer was our narcotics office was at the old airport up there when I worked at the larger department, and they used to fly these helicopters. The guys would, the guard would fly them in and land them out there sometime. And I remember this one was when he landed, it was spitting flames out the back of it, and it was popping, and I thought he was going to crash, and he finally got it on the ground, and they just left it there for like 3 weeks. And about 3 weeks later, another crew goes out there to it, hops on board, fires it up, and I tell the guy, I said, "Hey, did y'all hear this thing was like, it nearly crashed and making all kinds of noise, and these guys just took off in it." And he said, "Well, all the big parts are still on." I was like, wow. He said, "Now I'm a federal employee at Tinker Air Force Base." Wow. Tinker,
Hey,
Oklahoma?
Well, that's what I just asked. Oklahoma? No.
Yeah, it'd be
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, right.
Okay. Also, Red Jaguar says that he was in the military. I was an Army brat, and I was able to go to Korea with my dad when I was 9 to 12 years old. Made such an impression on my life. I ended up with a daughter from Korea. I have a brother that's Korean, and my daughter and her husband are taking me to Korea with them next year for at least 2 weeks. So we are excited.
Leading me home with a dog.
Yes. He
I get
doesn't
to
like
stay with
kimchi.
the dogs.
He doesn't like kimchi.
Yeah, but that's not just the reason not to go to Korea. We got dogs, and
It
we
smells
got
like kimchi.
this, and
Korea smells like kimchi.
oh, does it?
Yeah.
8 years. Well, thank you for your service there too, in the Army. Y'all just now. Did your Army time? Were you allowed to buy back your Army time and apply it to your retirement? That's what they do down in my other departments, which makes your retirement that much better.
So he stayed close to because his parents had health problems at the time. Well, I hope to meet you guys on the road. Globemaster and Red Jaguar. Sounds like we've got a lot
Red
in common.
Jaguar, are you still in Philly now? Are y'all still in Philly now?
Yeah, they're waiting on their house to sell.
Okay.
He's had enough.
Had enough. I understand that. We were up near Milwaukee for the last couple months, and man, the traffic's just about got me. And Milwaukee's a dangerous city too.
They're all dangerous.
they have their share of
I do want to meet
shootings
up
and
with you
everything.
guys on the road, though. I really think that would be a neat thing to do. Is even if
Share stories and
yeah,
share experiences for sure. Um, are in no way experts. Not even, I mean, especially I say in YouTube, I'm probably I just wonder every week. It just we are growing gradually, but it is a very, very, very hard road and very tough hill to climb.
you're
And
part of that
here's,
society.
but I'm gonna tell you this: it doesn't. It can change. I mean, you could start making films and do editing and do all that stuff, and yours could take off.
Yeah.
So it doesn't.
Oh, Glove
It's
Master,
weird.
you'll want Maggie. Everybody asked us why we had her fixed because she should have had puppies. She is the most precious dog.
Today she was in the back seat. I was sitting in the car. Meddena was going in for doing some shopping, and every lady that got out of the car next door to me came, "Oh, you pretty puppy!" And Maggie, of course, had she just ate it up, and so she is a big baby for sure.
I want to get one of those holes cut in the back of the glass.
Oh yeah, I saw this. It was on Facebook. They had a hole cut in the back of the glass of a Jeep, and it opened like a porthole. And above it, it said "free kisses," and the lab's head was sticking out of the hole. I thought it was neat for sure. Well, listen, we've been jabbering on, and we do appreciate everybody here.
We really do because we don't, we're just two old people.
Yeah, it is. It is a duty to support each other. I 100% agree with that. And I tell you, if you are starting and you have a YouTube channel and you are starting out, like us, I'll tell you a, a, some people that I watch that I get a lot of good ideas from. Now, they're not. I don't listen to everything they say, but it's called Think Media, and they have a lot of good stuff on there. But they're geared more like of the bigger channels. I mean, they're huge. Their channels are huge, but it's Think Media, and then there's a couple of other people too. But I think you have to watch when you start on there too. If you go to your YouTube dashboard and you look on there, they'll have these little um, things to watch about how YouTube's trying to develop better. And they occasionally send me stuff to fill out, like, what would you suggest in making YouTube better? One thing that I have tried to say is take the 4,000 hour threshold down lower than that, or allow us to sell merchandise before you get to 10,000 subscribers, because it's only helping them. It's not hurting. It's not helping. It's not hurting them. But they've got some rules like that where you can't get monetized until you have 4,000 hours of within 365 days. I've got over 4,000 hours, but it's not within 365 days. And you got to have a thousand subscribers too within that 365 day period. So we're close to there, but it doesn't matter. I could have 20,000 subscribers. If I don't get the hours, you're not monetized. And then you're not going to get rich on YouTube paying you a lot of money until you have about 20 to 30,000 subscribers. You'll start to see maybe $400 or $500 a month, and it could go higher. If you want to see what people make on YouTube, go to Social Blade is the name of the channel, Social Blade, and you put in the name, and you'll see how much they make per year, a range. It might say $30 to 30,000. We always pick the highest amount because that's pretty much.
So when you see 1 to 8 on ours,
Yeah,
we make it.
But a lot of people too, they get involved with Patreon and a lot of other stuff, and that's where they really make serious amount of money because people will support you on the channel. But and another thing I would tell you is stay consistent with your videos. That's like we were at one time we were committed to 3 videos a week, and it just got too much for to do
Because you got
stuff.
two
Because
channels.
yeah, and then uh we started going 2 days a week, but at least 2 days a week I'll either have a video on Wednesday and Sunday, or either have live stream on Wednesday night and then Sunday night I have video. But you need to stay consistent with that every week. And I don't know if you do your own editing or not, but I basically taught myself to edit, and it's not easy, but it's it's I find it enjoyable myself. Uh,
I put up there about their channels.
okay. Um, yeah. Yeah. I've sent in things like I really believe that they could be a little bit less on making milestones. I mean, I realize why they don't want to pay for advertisement. Right now, they're advertising on my channel, and I'm not getting anything from it because I don't have the amount of subscriber hours.
Hey, Red Jaguars, I put y'all's link up to your YouTube channel. If you don't want me to do that, please let me know and I'll delete it. But I thought maybe it might help get you some people to look at it.
Yeah.
Because y'all have got, quite a few videos that look like they'd be interesting.
It's like I told her, anybody that's on our channel and that we have interaction with and we want to go look at their channel, and if I like their channel like we like y'all and everything, then we will subscribe. But never ever go to a channel that says sub for sub, or if somebody offers you, hey, I'll sub for yours if you sub to mine. If YouTube catches you doing that, they will pull your channel in a heartbeat. They will hurt you, and I put way too much. If you're like me, you do this for the enjoyment of it, not because you're going to hopefully make a lot of money in the future. But I would not do that. But we enjoy we have I follow a lot of people on here as far as
hey, y'all go to Pennsylvania, it looks like. I love Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. That is one of the most beautiful counties. And we really enjoyed that. So maybe we can meet in Pennsylvania sometime. We're headed to Maine.
Yeah, we're actually in September. We're headed back up. The end of September, we're headed back up on the East Coast, going to the Outer Banks and up through. We actually will be up through Pennsylvania, and then we're going to bypass New York if possible. I want to go to New York and see 9/11 and the whole thing, but probably won't be in the fall.
Do y'all have Harvest Host?
Yeah, if you don't have Harvest Host, I highly recommend that. It's awesome. Yeah, Amish love it. I love the bread. Amish bread too.
Yeah.
I know it's fattening, but I love it. But if you don't have Harvest Host, I would highly recommend you getting Harvest Host. Harvest Host is great, and you don't have to have a lot of solar and a lot of batteries to just do overnight there.
Yeah.
We did it on our other motorhome. But
we could meet you at a Harvest Host.
Yeah, and if you go over to at the bottom of our channel in the narrative, if you subscribe through Harvest Host through us, then yeah, we get a big discount. But yeah, Harvest Host. In fact, we even took the golf courses this time, but next time I think I'm going to bypass that because I've heard some people say if you don't play golf, then they kind of frown on that. But
we could do putt-putt.
Yeah. But we love Boondock, and they got Boondockers Welcome that's a part of that now, and I think that's a pretty good deal if you don't mind that. Well, it's been great talking to y'all, but we're gonna let you go. we're going to. I'm actually getting tired. I got up early this morning,
Bessie's heart.
and I'm home. I'm not hungry. I'm thirsty.
What? I was going to say, what did I feed you right
yeah,
before?
you did.
I
feed
fed
me.
him a good supper, people. I mean, I slaved over that supper. Peanut
My
butter and jelly
sandwich.
sandwiches.
All right. Well, listen, y'all have been great tonight. We really appreciate it coming over, and we would hope to see you out
We
there.
do hope to
and
meet you on the road.
maybe we can get together. I know when come to, I'm gonna remember that when I come through Oklahoma to call Globe or tell you Globe Master before we get to Oklahoma City. I am going out through there to see my buddy Steve.
Maybe we can get together and play some rook. We love to play rook or some dirty board or tonk.
You'll have to tell people what dirty board is.
Dirty
later
board's
on.
like Chinese checkers.
Sorry or something.
Sorry or something like that. It's fun.
All righty. Well,
Oh,
y'all
wait a minute.
have.
Mary said, asked, did you think you got shot in the car wash?
Yes, I did.
Oh, y'all.
I
you
did
have
think
no
I got.
idea.
I heard it. When that thing went off.
Oh my
I
God.
honestly thought I got shot. I really did. And I kind of froze. If you saw me, I kind of froze and I said something because I felt glass go all
God,
over
y'all,
my
it
back.
was awful.
Yeah.
And the bad thing was we had gone through a car wash like a week before that with the lights on there. And all it did was knock one of them off. And we knew it was that. Why we didn't take them off, I don't know.
But you know, when you think in your mind too, right after it happens, your mind tells you what it was. That's when you think, how could I be so stupid?
But now let me tell y'all,
But,
I will tell you, when we travel, anytime we travel in the RV or in the Jeep, if we're traveling more than 20 or 30 minutes, we're listening to a book on CD book on audio. And so one time we were in Indiana, headed north. We were in a Prius. We weren't driving our RV at this time. We were in a Prius headed to see our daughter Mindy. And we getting onto the interstate, right before we were getting onto the interstate, I asked Tommy, I said, you ready to listen to our new book? It was a David Baldacci book. And if you ever listen to his, he loves sound effects. So, and you just have to listen closely because I don't say ugly words. So Tommy said yes. Well, we didn't realize when we had been traveling down there how loud we had the radio up because of the road noise. So it's very quiet. He's pulling slowly onto the interstate. I put in the push play on the thing, and all of a sudden it goes, da-da-da! Y'all, he was driving. He threw his hands over his head like this and prepared to be hit by an 18-wheeler he thought was blowing the horn at him.
And then the
and
book.
It goes, Lachette Audio presents. And Tommy looked at me and he said, I just about Lachette in my britches. Y'all, it was funny.
Yeah.
Because he almost wrecked that little Prius thinking of and there wasn't a single car on the road, no trucks. It was dead that day, I guess. I don't know, but it was funny.
But listen, getting that light hit that window like that, it did sound like a gunshot.
It did.
It did. I honestly, I like to, and the only reason I put music in some of that was because we had a book going to start off with, and I don't know what I said, but I ain't really no telling what I said.
Well, we called the guy that owned the place.
No, I mean when it first happened, I think I went, oh, whatever.
I don't know. See, if that's the first thing to your mind, you're in trouble. Y'all, it was funny. It's more than 3 laughs down there.
Yeah.
Red Jaguar. It was hilarious. I laughed and laughed and laughed at that. Well, we still do.
Yeah, we still do. Well, thank y'all very much for coming tonight. We love y'all very much.
Hey, Luna,
we do appreciate everything that
you'll have to go back and watch. We had some fun. We had a critter in our garage, in our RV.
Yeah, we had a critter, all right. I don't like critters. I don't like rats. I don't like any of that stuff, but we were humane with him anyway, for sure.
Sent him home in baby oil.
Send him home in baby oil. But we are leaving now because we've been on here about an hour and a half, and I do need to.
He wants to eat his ice cream.
But we hope to see y'all down on the road, and if nothing else, if we get in your neck of the woods, please look us up or send us a message. Y'all can email us anytime you want.
Tell us where you're located and if we're in the States.
It's the 1 Million Mile Road Trip at gmail.com. Just we're at Gmail, and we'll be glad to try to get over with you.
Check out the channels that I posted. Have an awesome night and take care of each other until next time. We will. You guys take care of each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're going to be praying.
We do look forward to meeting you too. Really do.
And we will be praying that your house sells.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Bye,
Thanks
y'all.
for coming over.
Time for ice cream.